the show. Yeah,
Thursday.
Hercules. And I picked up my dog once.
Hey,
Uh,
Brett. Yeah, we're live, partner.
are you serious?
Yeah.
So people literally just saw me go, Hercules, Hercules.
Yep. Nutty Professor. Yeah.
And I just did it again,
Yep.
referencing the first time I did it.
Sure did, bud. You got to figure out them buttons.
We got to figure out, did you hit the button or did I hit the button?
You haven't relinquished that control to me yet.
So I accidentally hit the button.
Yep.
That's on me?
It's on you, buddy.
Son of a bitch. And I just went to, okay, well, so everyone that just saw me go, Hercules, Hercules. Let me just reference this again real quick. I got my dog, my German Shepherd, up in Traverse City, Michigan. Long story short, I named him Hercules. I had to borrow a crate from my buddy from high school. Dropped the crate off at his house. And his mom was like, well, what did you name him? I was like, I named him Hercules. And she goes, oh, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. And now basically I've kind of sometimes been like, oh, it's going to be a fantastic day. And I catch myself clapping like that from the Nutty Professor.
That's a classic, man. I grew up watching that.
It's a funny, I don't think I've ever seen that movie, to be honest, but
you just remember the trailer.
Yeah, I remember that part, about it.
Oh, you should watch him, man. Anything Eddie Murphy is gold.
Oh, yes, he's fantastic. But I guess since I hit the freaking button.
Yeah, why don't you hit another one?
I can hit the button?
Yeah, we can jump into it.
Let's jump into it.
Welcome to the Whitetail Advantage Podcast with your host, Brett Bovin. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show.
Well, last day, we had what were we going to talk about right here for this little intro part?
We're going to talk about South.
The North
comparing North and South.
Yeah, the South might not like me on this, but I think if it was in northern states versus southern states and a drink off, I see the North winning. I really do. And let me give a quick point on why I believe on that. It's winter, basically 11 months out of the 12 months. Right? Yeah.
I mean, pretty much. I mean,
so we're constantly drinking. We're just sit around in the house or go to buddy's garage and we play beer pong and we're constantly drinking.
Oh, yeah. I haven't played that in forever.
Oh, my buddy I golf with, man, that's all we do is play beer pong. And me, him, and my dad will just constantly be playing beer pong.
Yeah, watching when you guys watch the Oregon Ducks lose.
Don't. This is going to be a great show. You're starting. Don't get me heated, man.
Well, I thought that's where you were going with this when you wanted to compare the northern states and the southern states. I thought you were going to compare football.
Well, yes. Because Oregon is the baddest team in the planet. In a good way.
You think they're going to be good this year?
Fuck yeah. They what was it? Like they did the top 10 teams that are returning their starters, and they were like top 3 in team that's returning majority of their team. So yeah, they're going to be fantastic. They just did awesome in the recruiting. And they finished top 2 or top 3, whatever, in transfer portal rankings. So heck yeah. And granted, Ohio State, they did some pretty good stuff. Granted, they got $50 billion, whatever, from donors, and they bought half their team, but that's what you get now. And so it's going to be a fun matchup against Ohio State and Eugene. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how all that plays out this year with the new teams coming over to the Big Ten.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm really looking forward to that. I think this year in college football, it's going to be something new, something very interesting. Granted, it's no longer the Power Five; it's more like the Power 2.5 or 3. Yeah, I don't even know if you count. It's basically the Big Ten and an SEC. The ACC is crumbling to pieces because Florida State wants out because of them getting the shaft against the playoffs. Then you have the Big 12, which who the fuck's in the Big 12 now? Well, you got Utah, but then you have, well, first off, you have Cal and Stanford in the ACC, 2 teams in California having to fly all the way across the country to go play some fucking football game.
Yeah.
Just go to the Big 12 or the SEC at this freaking point, or they should have stayed in the Pac 12 or I don't know, or Mountain West. That's just a lot of travel.
I'm for sure excited because the one thing that I noticed about growing up here in Michigan and watching the Big Ten games, it was like 2/3 of the season were just blowout games where, they're racking up 50 points. But now there's like more big games each year,
Yeah.
It's not like we're just looking forward to, watching Penn State and Wisconsin and Michigan, and Ohio State. Like those are all the big ones. And then now that you're going to be sprinkling in, who is it now? It's Oregon, Washington,
Oregon, UCLA, and USC.
Yeah. See, all of those are teams that are going to be fun to watch compete in there.
Yeah, it's like I said, I've said this for a while, ever since this Oregon and Washington officially came over as well. The Ohio State versus Michigan, that's going to be a rivalry game, a big one, but the impact of it is not going to be as dramatic as the years past. Only because you have 4 teams now, good team, USC and UCLA, whatever.
Historically, those are all good teams.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're going to come in and compete now, and that it's not going to be constant. It's not always going to be an undefeated matchup at the end of the year to see who's going to go to the championship game or who's going to go to the playoffs. Because now you have the 12-team playoff, and you can have a loss and still get in.
Yeah, I'm pumped for it, man. We keep getting spoiled as fans.
And I'm an idiot. I didn't even get to hit the fancy button.
Football Frenzy.
Leading us up into that segment of football, man. Well, a couple things. We invited, my hunting buddy. He's starting to piss me off now. Okay. And he's been wanting to get on the show now for a while. The schedule didn't work out, so tonight he finally was able to get on. Now he can't get his stinking internet to work. And now I'm literally watching him in the virtual waiting room, just moving around with the camera. And I'm not going to let you in until you sit down and you fix it. Okay?
He seems to be sitting still now.
He is?
Yeah, he seems good.
Okay, he's giving a thumbs up. So let's see what he has.
Let's bring the old man in.
Yo.
Oh, look at him.
Is it working?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Flipping crystal. You got the mood lighting too? Dang.
I'm about to turn it off.
Why?
No, you got to leave it on. It's all fancy like in
You're
there. It's
setting
like
the
I'm
mood,
in a
brother.
college dorm.
I'm still in my mom's basement, okay? The Wi-Fi doesn't work too well.
Oh, you're talking good.
Yeah, that's fine, man. Well, you get it.
Hey, you're good, man. You probably killed bigger deer than me, and I'm old.
Yeah?
Oh, don't be so.
What? Are you buckless?
No. I got one in Oklahoma this year, and then I've got my other one up here. 1 second.
Okay, we don't need to brag.
No,
Be
it's
humble,
okay.
Brad.
I want to
No,
be
this
proud.
is my first
Be
one. It's
humble,
not that bad.
Braxton.
That one you got in Oklahoma?
No, I got this in Michigan.
Oh,
This
nice.
is my first
man.
ever buck.
That's
Yeah.
a nice buck, man.
Yeah, thank you.
He got a pretty good one down in Oklahoma.
So
Yeah.
you have to put up with this guy on a regular basis?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He kills everything.
The fuck I do? No, sorry. Hang on. The fuck I damn I'm a son of a bitch. I can't hit the button at the time. I can't time that shit. Oh well. I don't know.
Ooh.
I have my moments.
Yeah, it's definitely a back and forth spot out there. You never know what to expect. Last year was like probably the best year I've ever seen in my life. Or not the last year, the season before that.
And how old are you, Braxton? You're 18?
Yeah, I'll be 18 next week.
Okay, so yeah, man, if you're into it now, man, you're going to be
Yeah.
way better than Brett and probably by next year.
Yeah, I've been out there my whole life. I didn't really get into it till about like 4 years ago when I shot my first doe. And then I just really started taking it serious, going more. Now that I can drive, it helps more too.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And then I imagine your dad hunts with you guys too?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Mostly my grandpa. He's the owner of that property out there. So
Mac.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
We
your
should get him
grandpa's
on here. We should
So your
get him on here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's an old fart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody that's been through a couple of deer camps in Michigan is fun to have on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a guest for tonight, and I don't know. Maybe we got ghosted.
We'll see.
We'll see. I'd send him a
If
text.
so, it's your fault, and then we'll just put the focus on Braxton here, and we'll just pick his brain.
That's good enough. Hey, your brother was texting me. If he's watching,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, he's
he
in
is.
here, I think.
He's
He just
there?
now finally told me too. He just texted me. He was like, "Oh, if I knew you're having problems, I would let you use my computer." When I've been trying to set this up the last hour.
Is he there now?
Yeah, he's in his room, I think.
Oh, well, you're golden now,
Tell him
man.
to come on down.
You have all those green bars. You're looking good on our end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using my sister's iPad. Stole it right out of her room. She's getting ready for bed.
All right. She don't need it.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, staying up a little late to talk hunting is okay, as long as you're not going to get in trouble. Or you graduated?
No, I'm senior this year, but I only go to school from 7:30 to 10:30 every day, so
Oh, okay.
it's not bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to be a bad influence on you and
No.
keep you up too late.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, when I was your age, I'd stay up late on Thursdays because I knew
I don't go
that.
to bed till at least midnight every night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember those days. High school. Staying up late. Man.
Heck yeah. Are you going to you have plans of going to school, or what are you planning on doing for work?
Yeah, I'm going to Western after high school, and then I either want to be a boat salesman after, or I want to get into selling so my friend actually from Swiss Valley, I don't know if you guys ever heard it. I
Mm-mm.
snowboard there a lot. He works there, but he also just got a job for Kuyu. He's a sales rep.
Oh man, that'd be cool.
And yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to do that for some kind of hunting brand. So either boats, sales, or some kind of hunting brand.
Hell yeah.
Western's a place to go. I mean, for that type of degree, I went there for criminal justice, and I wish I went into or at least minored in business, because their business school is pretty legit. I mean,
Yeah.
Western's mainly known for their nursing program. I know that, but outside of nursing, it's marketing, business, and their criminal justice department.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, getting a business or any type of sales degree is going to open a lot of doors for you. And then, if you can apply it into something that you like. So I imagine you'd probably want to be selling bass boats or something like that.
Yeah, I'd do that all day.
Yeah, that would be pretty badass.
Yeah.
So you a fisherman too, Braxton?
Yeah, I'll do it. We live on Eagle Lake here in Edwardsburg.
Okay.
So we literally live right off the channel, so it's pretty easy to just walk down there. But sometimes I do it. It really depends on the day. Sometimes I don't feel like going out there and sitting all day waiting to hook one. I went to Lake St. Clair though last spring. That was pretty fun.
For smallmouth or for muskie?
Yeah, smallmouth.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'm jealous, man. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's a pretty badass lake, man.
I don't think we caught anything under 3 pounds.
Yeah.
They're all nice fish.
Yeah, and smallmouth are fun, man.
Yeah, they fight.
Heck yeah, they do. That's cool. But so it sounds like you're bigger into hunting then.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's teaching me everything he knows.
No. Brett's doing it all. I'm watching.
Well, having an extra set of eyes always helps, man.
Oh, yeah. Braxton and I have been texting a lot, man. We have so many ideas of what we want to do with the property that we hunt on, and it's just.
And you guys are the young ones, so you have to put in all the sweat equity so your dads can kick their feet up and be treated, because they're the ones doing it before you guys got to.
Yeah.
But we you guys are that new generation that has a whole other approach. So you're probably going to be able to really take it to the top.
Yeah. There's still bucks on the cameras with antlers. I want to go shed hunting out there.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I haven't been able to get my cameras down yet.
Yeah, yours is the one that's still showing them all.
Yeah, I was going to go get my camera down, but got robbed by a old man.
Fucking dick.
Yep. It's all right.
Did he steal your camera?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Assholes, man. People.
Hey, well, I'm glad it happened to you too, right? Or has it happened to you before, Brett?
I haven't had it happen to me before, but I know Brett's had issues with the people on the property behind us.
Yes. Just yes. I'm going to say it again. Anyone that steals someone's trail camera is a fucking asshole.
Oh, definitely. Or just anyone who steals anything.
You're an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's a conversation. Don't get me started, man. I think I even texted Braxton this when I think it was September. We started finally getting a good inventory of all the bucks, or like started seeing like a good I don't even want to say pattern, but we started getting a good inventory of everything that's kind of coming through. And I told him, I was like, man, I've been out here for 16 years hunting, and I haven't seeing 1 to 2 giant bucks out there. And when I say giant bucks, I'm like 135, 140 plus. It was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I gotta go after this buck. It's insane. But then Braxton and I were just seeing photos after photos of these giant bucks on the property, and I was like, man, you're gonna go out there and shoot a giant buck just going out there and hunt, because there was so many out there. And then all of a sudden, October 1st comes around, nobody saw anything for basically the first 2 weeks. It was like they all just
not even a deer.
Oh, they all vacated?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all just like vanished. They all just turned into ghosts. I mean, then smaller bucks came in, and we were seeing a bunch of them. But then I was even texting the neighbor that hunts next to us, and he said, yeah, I was going through the same thing. He'd see maybe 1 to 2 giant bucks that he was seeing on a regular basis, but he would see in September a good amount of giant bucks that he was getting on camera, and they just vanished.
Do you guys have any theories on where they're going? Like
across the street?
Yeah, I have mine. Yeah, and
that's where you both think they're going.
They got a bunch of woods and a giant pond across the street from us.
Yeah,
okay.
Big fields too. They got everything over there.
Do you guys have a good rapport with them?
Brett knows a story about them. I don't know them.
Though, that one. Oh, I haven't. I don't have a bad relationship with them. It's more just, I think poaching is a problem And
Over there?
yep.
Okay, so they're hunters then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not to say, I mean, that the deer were still there on the property and we just never got photos of them. But between Braxton and I, with the cameras we have out there, we basically almost had that whole thing covered, especially in good places to canvas a whole wide spot. And it was just, man, just couldn't see. They just disappeared. And I could see poaching happening. I wouldn't see any of them like dying of like random disease or anything like that. But I think poaching or them just traveling somewhere else and going somewhere new for the new hunting season. But yeah, it was a weird one for me. That's for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe it'll change this year.
I hope so, man. Braxton and I he came up with some great ideas, and I'm actually looking forward to finally being able to do them, basically.
Yeah.
And
We got to figure out when we want to start that.
Yeah.
Is Braxton the one who commented on one of our episodes?
Yeah, about the Hoyt.
Yeah. So did you end up going through with that?
So yeah. So I got this from my uncle. Whoa. For free because he was having issues with it. It's a Hoyt RX4. He didn't want it. He was more of a crossbow hunter, and he wanted it in some like bid or something, fully like custom setup. And he told me we made a deal that like all these bow shops, they wouldn't buy it from him for some reason. And so he said that he'd give it to me if I can sell his 10-point crossbow, which 10 points are like kind of the higher named brand for crossbows, so they're kind of easy to sell. So it's a pretty quick deal.
So you're trying to get that unloaded for him, and then you get to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you found anything wrong with it?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. The only thing that they said was on one of the limbs up here, there's literally just a little scratch right along the carbon word. So they didn't want to take it.
Okay.
But it's not really going to do anything, I don't think. So
yeah, or you could just put another pair of limbs on there, and worst case scenario. But that's a good bow. I have an RX1.
Yeah.
And I mean that's the only bow I've ever had, but I mean it seems good enough for me. I love it. I'm sure that one's even better, you know. Seems like as they come out with more and more that they just keep getting easier to shoot and faster.
Yeah, Hoyt's new ones look pretty cool. So does the lift. I know Brett wants the lift.
I think I want that too.
Yeah. I've been all over the place with bows. I was going to buy Brett's.
Go ahead, Braxton.
I was going to buy Brett's at one point and then got a deal with this Bowtech. There's like a little beginner bow that I used all this year. It's like a Carbon Zion. It shoots really nice. But I don't know. I feel like it's really probably the lightest bow on the market too, honestly. But it's more of a like kid's bow, you know, like I'm ready to use something bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to switch to the Hoyt for this season, but I'll always have this one just in case.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I like Hoyt, but I wasn't able to shoot any of the new Matthews, but just holding them, I like the way that they feel in my hand a little bit better. But I mean, if I were to get that new Hoyt, yeah, it's like $2,000, over $2,000 just plain, and then it'd be like at least another $1,000 to get it all set up. That's a lot of money, man.
It's stupid.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I wouldn't really be able to invest anything into the property this year, like
I've heard
cameras
I've heard a lot of complaints about the new lifts, like on people's shoulder, like struggling to pull it back.
It's probably because they're going to that 80 pounds.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they made that an option.
No, I think 60 is probably about the most
60, 70 is perfect, really.
I mean, I shot 50. I've shot 50 the last 2 years because I've had a shoulder surgery, and I think I can bump it up a little bit. And then if I hunt one season shooting 60 and I have no problems, then 70 would be the most that I'll do. I don't think I need to go. I mean, I've been killing deer at 50 pounds. So, I mean, I don't need to, but if I do pay all that money for a new bow, I kind of want to see what that speed feels like. So I think I do want to bump it up a little bit.
I mean, there's women out there that they're pounding, they're like 35, 40. And you don't need a pass through. As long as you get in that vital area, it's gonna die. It might take a little longer, might go farther, I mean, but it's gonna eventually die. So it's not like you need to go up to 80 pounds. I think I'm set at 70 or 75. I can't remember exactly, but that's perfect for me. Going to 80, at that point, it's just like, ooh, I'm shooting 80. I'm Mr. fucking badass with look at me. And if you can do it, good for you, and you have the strength, go right ahead. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to try. I'm going to try 80 because I can do. I believe I actually am at 75, and I'm going to try 80 only because I don't have shoulder problems like Dan does.
Yeah.
But at the time, though, you also got to think. I also look at it like when you draw back, it's like, are you drawing back smoothly? And you got to think of a bunch of different variables of. I've said this before. Are you drawing back, and is it like halfway? Do you have to stop because the deer is looking at you? You don't want to move, so you got to sit there and stand there, like sit there and wait. So you got to be able to hold it. And then when you get back there, you might do the same thing, sitting there and wait. So it's like you got to count all that stuff into it as well. It's not just draw back and then shoot. You got to think of all those different variables as well.
It's just like weightlifting, like the ego lifters. It's like, yeah, you can move that weight, but can you control it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Being able to control the weight takes a lot more skill than doing one fast ass rep because like I forget who it was. I heard another podcast and they had like a bow specialist on there. And one of the advices that he gave for people who are looking to find their right draw weight is he said that that you should be able to draw back whatever weight you're pulling back from a seated position comfortably. So if you're pulling back 75 pounds and you always shoot standing, if you can't draw that bow back comfortably from a seated position, then you're pulling too much. It's not the right weight for you. And that does make sense because when you're sitting down, you're forced to use your core and all the targeted muscles that you need to use. And when you stand up, you can kind of use your body to cheat and to like, how some people will like really rock it up high first and then they bring it down. Yeah. Like all those are ways to use your body's momentum to get you a couple extra pounds. When you're sitting down, that really makes sense of a true way to see, a comfortable weight that you can control.
Yeah.
You guys know the Bomar family?
Yeah.
I've seen them on social media.
Yeah.
His wife is pulling like 75. She's just as jacked as he is.
Yeah, they're into bodybuilding.
Yeah. Oh, probably like CrossFit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's used to doing high intensity shit. So it's probably no biggie. I mean, no, if my shoulder felt good, I would want to shoot as heavy as I could, whatever I could do to make my bow more badass, I would do it. But if that weight is going to keep me from hunting with a bow, then I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep me hunting with a bow. But yeah, 50 pounds is good enough for me. I feel like I'll be able to do that for a while still, even if my shoulder gets worse.
Braxton, what are you shooting at speed-wise, poundage-wise?
The Bowtech is at 55, which was way too easy. I'm definitely the Hoyt is at 65, and so that's what I've been using.
Are you going to be increasing on your new bow, or are you going to be kind of keeping it right there? Or?
It'll be 65 or 70.
Yeah, I think I was.
Yeah.
when I was a senior, I was up to 70. So yeah. But then again, back then I was pretty jacked. Just kidding. But well, Braxton, what are you doing? Did he freeze?
No, I don't think so.
What's going on? What are we doing?
I think he's just messing with his camera.
It's amateur hour here. It sounds like he's FaceTiming someone.
Hey, Mom, what's the password?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
The screen time password?
Hey, Braxton, don't forget. We're live.
Bedtime.
Here, I'm sending you.
Okay. This is just kind of funny. I'm not gonna...
Request.
No, we're just looking at it.
Hell yes. You there, Braxton? Hey, it looks like we're...
How long do you need it till?
Like another hour and a half. Just turn it off for now, Mom, please.
Ooh.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Don't get in trouble by your mom, Braxton.
Damn it, Brett, you're getting him in trouble.
No, I
Yeah.
know. Apparently I am. Braxton, don't get in trouble. Uh-oh.
I did. Yeah, I did. Oh, my Lord.
I don't know if I put him back in the waiting room or not.
Mom.
Comical. He did it himself.
Uh-oh. I think Braxton was past his bedtime. Brett, what kind of role model are you?
I don't know. Well, I got no comment to that.
Well, at least he's... Oh, there we go.
There he is.
Braxton.
Yeah.
Did you get in trouble?
Did you get a
Did
spanking?
you guys hear all that too?
Yeah.
I think that there...
Yeah, dude.
Do you have parental controls on
She
your
had-
Wi-Fi?
No. It's because my sister, she's not even, I think she's 11. She's got screen time.
Oh.
And I told my mom to turn it off, so I just had to call her and tell her, what are you doing?
Oh, that parental guidance lock
Yeah.
thing.
So I'm
Oh,
sitting here,
man,
and all of a
so-
sudden I get kicked off and said, your screen time's up.
Oh, man. So
You were alive that we kept rolling.
I heard my brother laughing. I knew I was still on.
Oh,
I was trying to tell my mom to hurry up.
that's funny. And that's karma for taking your sister's laptop.
Yeah, how dare you, Braxton?
She should be in bed.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess that's why it's her screen time, so she stays in bed.
I was so close to putting you in the waiting room, but I was like, this is just hilarious.
Yeah, it was free entertainment.
Oh, man. Well,
What were we talking about?
I don't
we were
even
just
remember
talking
now
about
at this
we were
point.
talking about poundage.
Yeah.
Poundage for the bows that we were shooting.
Yeah.
Hey, your brother texted me just past his bedtime.
That's funny.
Brody, I think it's past your bedtime too. You go to bed. It's 9 o'clock.
It
That's
is.
cool,
I
man.
guarantee you he's laying in bed in his underwear watching.
Heck yeah. Well, this is a good show. Braxton, do you do any other hunting? Do you hunt any other animals besides deer?
Turkey and coyote. I want to get into duck hunting. Never
Yeah.
duck hunted before.
That seems like a new trend I've been hearing around. Like
Yeah.
people have been getting it more and more into duck hunting.
Yeah, I want to try it.
I've done it one time and it was fun, but I did it when I was young. If I got into it now, I mean, I think the thing that makes it really tempting is I've been wanting to get my own bow fishing set up
Yeah.
and a flat bottom boat that I would use for bow fishing would be something that you could use for duck hunting as well. So you could kind of get a lot of use out of a John boat. But I don't know, man. it was pretty fun. Shooting stuff out of the air is different. It definitely is exciting.
I see those pits that, like, I think we talked about it. I don't know if you were on the show though, Dan. I can't remember. But we were talking about ground pits, and they were like having these TVs in the ground and these nice, comfy, relaxing chairs, and they're making breakfast and all this cool stuff while they were hunting. I was like, man, you can do that duck hunting?
Yeah, it's like a baseball dugout, like the rigs that some of these guys make, and they'll have like a canopy, and then they just like hit a switch, and it'll pop it open or drop it back, and then they just rape them as they fly over whatever body of water they're sitting on.
Yeah, that looks fun as shit. Like, you literally can go there in the morning, watch football, watch whatever sporting event that's on TV maybe, and hunt, sit back, relax, and just hang out and still hunt at the that does sound like actually a lot of fucking fun, not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, the one thing that I compare, like with hunting deer, it seems like everybody's going for one for the most part. At least most people, when they're going out for a sit, their goal is one deer. But any type of outdoor activity like hunting or fishing where you can get multiple species, it's a different kind of fun. I feel like it's not as rewarding as getting that one, but like going out and fishing, if you're just catching fish, even if they're not big ones, it's still fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like it would be comparable to duck hunting, because it'd be a type of hunting where you could go out and, you know, you could shoot a limit in one day and get multiple. So it's just like it's like infinite excitement compared to if you shoot a deer, you know, it's one moment,
Right.
everything happens and then it's done.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, I mean, but if that's a hobby that I got into, that'd be a whole other list of shit to finance and, you know, and build up an inventory. So I'm gonna stick to hunting and fishing for now.
I think with all the money I put into hunting stuff before my wife and now with my wife, I probably could be almost a fucking millionaire if you added everything up.
Oh yeah,
that's just, I don't know.
It's an expensive hobby,
but it's a fun one.
Yeah,
it's so addicting. It's the best crack in the world.
Brett, would you want to coyote hunt out on the property?
Oh, that'd be so amazing. I've been wanting to do that so bad.
We got to so bad. There's so many.
There's a lot
This is like their breeding time too. I'm not sure if you still have access to our cameras, but there was 2 of them out in the field this morning.
I haven't been taken off unless you guys hate me and said, you know what, fuck this guy. We're gonna get him off of our
camera. Yeah, you should still be on it.
I did get one more, so I think I still got your guys' email, so I'm gonna make sure to add you to that camera now.
What do you use, Braxton, when you shoot those coyotes?
God, what's it called? 223s.
Okay.
Yeah. So my grandpa's got the thermal scope setups and all that, and they've been actually doing it a couple times this year already. They haven't got anything. They do like an annual Michigan coyote hunt thing that the whole state does. I don't know who it's through, but it was 2 weeks ago. They didn't end up doing it, but they've sat once or twice. They actually just put pig guts and 2 deer carcasses up by one of the bait piles that they use.
That'll do it.
And then I'm guessing that's why we had 2 of them come onto the field this morning.
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of coyotes on the trail cameras. I was like, those little shits need to die. I swear.
There's so many.
There was a lot this year. Well, last year. I was like, man, you just can't. It seemed like almost every other photo, you're getting a photo of a coyote. And it was
But I never saw one hunting.
I think you never seen one hunting before, though?
Oh, I have before, but not last year. I heard them towards the end of the year, like crazy last year.
I saw one, it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and he was just a little idiot running towards me. I was like, I'm going to shoot this little shit. And as I looked to grab my bow, I looked back, he was looking up at me, and then he bolted. I was like, dang it, I had a chance to shoot one of them, and I missed my opportunity.
That's what I heard. Because I have like an extra broadhead that I carry. Like I have like a shitty arrow that like if I need to shoot something that's not my target, like that's the one I'm going to use. But
Yeah.
with what I've seen of coyotes, I feel like I'm probably not going to have the time to swap out my arrow and get a shot off. It seems like every encounter you have with them is very brief.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to have to sacrifice one of those tooth of the arrow XLs. And if I have an opportunity, I'm just going to have to take it.
Yeah, last year turkey hunting, I had an opportunity at a coyote. It was a nice one too, but it was so quick. I look out the window and there's this big like grass field that we have that we're planning on making a food plot. Literally just ran right across in like 3 seconds. I had no time.
Yeah,
I would have been happy to drop him.
Oh, I feel like it's a huge victory. I feel like it's equally important as getting a deer because you know that you're getting one of their predators out of there, you know.
It's just as rare too. It's hard.
Mm-hmm. And it's a smaller target, faster moving. Yeah. But yeah, if you can shoot one of those, then that's good practice, man. I definitely want to have that happen at least once in my hunting career.
To shoot a coyote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I almost got one in Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
We were surrounded. We were there for a week. I got my buck the third night. And so after that, they got hogs and coyotes and all that out there. And apparently the hogs scare away the deer. And so there's hogs showing up every morning and night at one of his spots. And so me and my stepbrother went in there that night with the crossbow and a shotgun, and we both got a hog. I think I sent you a picture of the hog, didn't I? Maybe.
When you were in Oklahoma this year or last year?
Yeah.
No, I think I sent you a photo of the deer.
Oh,
that's cool, man.
The last 2 days we spent chasing coyotes, and we had a pack surrounding us both times, but we never saw them.
Oh man,
that would have been cool to go 3 for 3.
Well, let's lead into this little segment right here. It's probably my favorite one.
Oh yeah, campfire stories.
Oh, it's so peaceful to listen to that. Braxton, share with us your favorite hunting story or outdoor story, something that's like very meaningful for you. That's like, you know what, I'm never going to forget the details about this story.
Or just something crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be my second buck that I killed. He was a nice 6-pointer on my stepdad's property. So that night we went out there kind of early. It was the rut.
Here in Michigan?
Yeah. I sat in a field, and then my stepbrother and stepdad sat. My stepbrother sat in a separate spot, and then my stepdad sat with me because this was when I was kind of newer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like starting to get dark, and all of a sudden we hear my stepbrother shoot. It was later in the rut, started gun season. He shot one. And so it's like real early. So my stepdad gets down to go help him and leaves me there. So we're still sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear another gunshot. Apparently, when he went to my stepbrother, there was another one. So he shot that. And so they're on the complete other side of the property looking for 2 bucks now. And then it gets dark, and they're still gone. The 6-pointer steps out in front of me, and I shot it. So we got 3 bucks in one night.
Oh, wow.
How far away was your shot?
60 with the 450.
Nice.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's a good day at the office for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. We found my deer and my stepbrother's, but we didn't find my stepdad's the next day.
Oh, damn, that sucks. I'm sure you guys never let him hear the end of that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know him, Braxton. I know I know your grandpa does. I can't remember his name or the relationship he had with you guys, or at least with your grandpa Mac. But I was a freshman in college, I think. Either way, that's regardless the point. I was fairly new out there, somewhat to hunting out there on the property, and I knew your grandpa well. I was walking out to Sean's stand.
In the back?
And yep, right there in the back. So basically, to give you a quick rundown, if you're looking at a bird's eye view, I was walking south on the property, and there's a trail, and I'd have to kind of, it's like a main trail, but kind of a side trail at the same time. It's weird. There was a tree stand that was unaware of that was basically right on top of this little hill right next to this trail, and that trail led off to the west. And that led to Sean's stand. I'm walking south on that trail, getting around the curve, and all of a sudden I hear this guy saying, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing out here?" I'm like looking around, I'm like, "What? Who's talking to me?"
God.
And Brax, I think I was your age, man. I really do now. And he's freaking me out. And he goes, "You don't have the right to hunt out here." I said, "Yeah, I do. This is the Bigelow's property. I have access to hunt on here." Because who are you? I said, "I'm not telling you my fucking name. I have access to hunt out here." He's just being a complete dick to me. I was just a young kid, basically. And he's being an asshole to me. And I was trying to be polite with him. And then all of a sudden, he's like, "No, get the fuck out of here." And cussing at me and everything. So I walked back. I was heading north up the trail. I texted my dad and I said, "Hey, Dad, I was still on the property, correct?" And he goes, "Yeah, we have access to hunt on this property, correct?" He said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." I was walking out to the stand where I've hunted before, and all of a sudden this guy is up in the tree stand, motherfucking me because apparently I didn't have access to hunt out there. He goes, "No, I would talk to Mac about that." So I texted Mac, and Mac was very polite about it. He was very understanding. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, I know who that is. I'll take care of it." And I texted him. I was like, "Mac, I'm sorry if I was intrusive in any way. I didn't realize he would be out there hunting." And at this time, we didn't have a lot of each other's phone numbers, and we didn't coordinate the best at this time. And so I felt bad. I would kind of ruin his hunt. But at the same time, I was like, "Man, I didn't know."
Yeah.
And I don't remember who the relationship was with that guy, but I haven't seen that guy out on the property since. He might be out there gun hunting. I don't know. But I come to find out, the point of that story was there was a buck on the property, a big 12-pointer.
Yeah.
No one seen a buck of this size or this caliber on that property. And the entire time I've hunted out there, everyone's just been seeing small 8s. This giant 12-pointer comes around. And so everyone was out there flocking, wanting to get this deer. Come to find out, a week later, I had an incident with that guy. He's out there gun hunting, shoots at that deer, and misses. And Braxton, if you know who this is, I'm sorry, but I was basically in my mind saying, "Ha, fuck you, asshole."
I have no idea who it was.
Karma's
Because
bitch.
when you were a freshman in college, I probably wasn't even born.
Oh, he's not that old.
Yeah, I'm not that old. Fuck, man. Jeez, he's becoming a
I
diamond.
guarantee you it was probably his cousin Gary. He's just his old fart. He's a cranky dude.
Well, he didn't
funny.
seem that old. He seemed like he was like 40, 45. He didn't seem like an old guy. He seemed
I have no idea then. There's been so many different people I've hunted out there through all these years.
Like, I think it was like a son-in-law or some type of deal like that. Like he married into the family or friend.
Could have been my dad.
Damn it, Brett.
Damn it, me pissing people off. I'd love pissing people off and fucking shit up.
No, but that's
you've
just one of
seen
them-
his deer, didn't you? That he got out of Sean's, the big one. You would recognize his face probably.
My dad, so his dad got a really good buck. It was like not last year, the year before, and it was a giant.
Probably the best one out there.
Yeah, and my dad actually saw him like 4 or 5 days before, because that was opening day, correct, Braxton? Or
yeah, of gun.
It was near
or the second day or something.
Yeah. My dad saw him just a couple of days before gun season opened up, and he almost had an opportunity, but the deer veered off in a different direction. He said if he just went like 5 more yards, he would have had a shot at this deer. And so I felt bad, but I was happy to see that he got it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, he did it with a gun, but
where was he sitting? Was he in Sean's? Your
my
dad's
dad was in Sean's stand when he saw him.
We've never got any pictures of that deer ever, and I was clueless when he shot that.
No, I was looking through my photos as well, and I never saw that deer.
Yeah. You had a camera right by there, too.
Yeah, I have it in where you had yours.
Yeah, my dad shot his literally right on that trail that's going out to the neighbor's cornfield in the back.
Yeah.
If you follow, you know that pile of rocks?
Yep.
Right before that pile of rocks, he was about to go into that field, and
Yeah,
you have a
that pile
camera
of
right there.
Yeah.
I know exactly where that is.
The neighbors to the south put those rocks up there.
So we
I
don't
was kind of a little shit in high school. But I didn't. Long story short, I was riding my four-wheeler on their crop field.
Oh.
You what?
Man, you're messing with their money.
I was riding my four-wheeler on that crop field behind Sean's stand. I didn't know property lines. I didn't know that shit when I was a junior in high school, whatever, sophomore. I was just riding my four-wheeler going up and down the woods. And next thing I know, I see this guy on a tractor. I'm coming up, and he just stops in his tractor, looks at me like a father to his son, and he does this with his fingers, like, come here. I was like, nope, put the bitch in reverse, and I drove away. And then a week later, I see the rocks up there. I was like, yeah, I'm not going back here again.
Damn it, Brett.
I used to ride those trails my whole life. They're fun.
Yeah.
It's easy to get carried away on a four-wheeler. You just kind of want to explore. And if it looks like a good trail, you just kind of want to keep going.
So a funny story about that is when I was like 9, we went out there. And I got my first four-wheeler. And so on this cornfield that we have, behind it is just a big woods of like pines. And the trails run down into that deep little ravine. And then there's a steep hill that used to go up, a nice trail. But my little white four-wheeler, I was like 9, I'm going up it and I barely get it. And all of a sudden I just tipped backwards and I rolled down that hill and I was stuck out there for an hour until anyone noticed I was gone. And I was like 9. Yeah.
Was your four-wheeler on top of you?
No, it rolled right down the hill.
Oh, okay. And you just got stuck down there?
Yeah, it rolled right over me. I got stuck on the hill crying. Had no idea where I was at or what I was doing anymore.
Oh, yeah, I'm confused. If the four-wheeler ran down to the bottom of the hill, how'd you get stuck?
No, so I went up the hill and it flipped back. I didn't get stuck. I just got stuck because I didn't know where to go from there, you know? Like I stayed out there until someone came and found me. The four-wheeler rolled down the hill. I stayed at the top.
Oh,
okay. I got you. Yeah, so you probably took a little bit of time off the four-wheeler after that, huh?
Oh, yeah, probably. I don't remember after that.
Yeah. But now it's a good tool. Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. I've never seen your guys' property that you hunt, but when you were talking about investments for your hunting season, I was curious if you guys had any type of like quads or side-by-sides out on the property, because shit like that will really help you with your food plots and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, so we have four-wheelers and stuff, but we don't use them. But my grandpa's got this like supposed to be quiet buggy, but the thing's got so many issues. It goes through the woods creaking.
Yeah, it's kind of loud.
I hate this thing so much, but he's so old. It's good for him to use.
Yeah, he's got that, and I got my four-wheeler, so we kind of like have that part covered at this point. And the thing is, on the property where we finally got access to, or granted permission to put the food plot where we've been wanting to for years, it was an old junkyard. So there's a lot of like old car parts and stuff buried in the ground. So that's going to take, I don't see us planting a good food plot in there maybe this year, only because we'd have to dig all that up. And that's a good, Brax, how many acres would you say that would be? 7 maybe? At a most, 7, 8 at the max.
I don't think it'll be that bad. I think it's kind of mostly cleared up and pushed to the side. I mean, there's all
I
this
could see
stuff
just a
growing
lot of
through
stuff
there.
buried in that ground. It's just going to be a crap show. And I mean, I'd rather be safe than sorry, that's for sure. But yeah, that's going to be one of the bigger projects to work on, only because it's just making sure we get everything cleaned up and ready to plant. And then I'd like to burn it, get a control burn on it, and then basically don't even get started. But well, I say get started, but get started by redoing everything and just starting from fresh, basically.
Yeah. And anything with fire is more fun.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it is. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah, dude. The only thing that I mean, I understand the concept of it, but everybody makes it sound really easy. I feel like there needs to be like resources to kind of educate people on how to do it right. Because as soon as somebody catches fucking Michigan on fire because they were trying to do a controlled burn, then we're never going to be able to hunt again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like it's one of those things that is becoming more and more common, that people aren't like mowing down their crop fields, they're burning them and reseeding. So I bet, I can see it now,
But somebody's
going to ruin it for all of us.
Yeah, talking to Richard last night, and I saw the advantages of it, and then talking to him, I was like, yeah, man, I really should be doing that. I think everyone should be doing that. And I just think that is a good question. I didn't even think to ask him, Dano, if like I think there should be like some type of resource, be like, hey, because he said you can contact like the DNR, or as even Jason said that they'd have the fire department come out there and kind of help them out.
Oh, okay.
I think there should be more accessible resources and more information on how to get to them and make it more known. Like, hey, if you want to do this, because it's not like a big known thing of, hey, yeah, we're going to do a controlled burn. You should contact these people to help you out if you've never done one before. Because I'm not going to lie, it scares me to want to do a controlled burn, because you never know.
It's a big liability,
Yeah, ember can go flying up in the air and then be caught down there, part of the property, and bam, you just start a fire way down there.
Yeah.
That's what I get scared of the most.
Yeah. I mean, my plan was, if I ever got to the point where I really was serious about doing it, I would just go to YouTube. I mean, that's usually what I do. I'll watch a video, and if I find somebody who describes it well enough to where I think I can do it, then I'd go from there, and then probably just check with the local fire station to make sure that, we have a green light to do bonfires.
Yeah.
I think it'd probably be the same guidelines. If they're telling people not to have a bonfire, then it's definitely not a good time to do a controlled burn.
Right. And I have read, though, I can't remember what state it was or whatever, but I think some states required you had to have a burn permit to do that type of thing.
Yeah.
And you had to schedule like the fire department to come out there and stand by as like a backup type of deal, or help guide you or something like that. I'd have to read more about, because I think some states require it. I don't know if Michigan was one of them, that you'd have to have a burn permit and for them to do that. But that is something that if you're going to do a controlled burn like that, I would suggest making sure there's no law in place of that nature, I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of that Bomar dude again, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but he was doing a controlled burn, and it caught his truck on fire, and he lost his truck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit like that is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Because I'm sure, the easier it is probably contingent on what type of equipment you're using for it. And, I don't have all the money in the world by any means. So if I were to do a controlled burn, I'd be probably buying the most affordable equipment, which probably makes it not as safe and not as easy. So, to each his own. But I mean, I feel like if everybody is doing it and it seems to be better for the nutrients, like for all the nutrition to the soil, then, you know, it's probably for a legitimate reason. So, you know, if you guys do it, I'm down to watch you guys do it so I can learn from you guys. And if shit goes south, I just blame it on Braxton.
I probably would end up getting blamed for it.
Yeah, you're the youngest, so naturally that's just the way it's gonna go.
Well, then if my brother's there, then we can blame it on him.
Yep, or we can blame Brett.
No.
Yeah.
we Brody, if you're watching, we're gonna blame it on you. So just get prepared. Well, we reached our hour mark. Braxton, I know we're gonna have you on again, man. I know that's for sure. Just to come on and chat. But is there any lasting things that we didn't get to cover tonight that you'd want to talk about? Because our guest ghosted us today. He must have had something come on, and I understand. So, but is there anything that you'd want to go over real quick before we go for the night that we didn't get to cover?
No, I think that's everything really that I didn't really have too much in mind.
No.
You just wanting to chat, talk a little hunting? That's cool.
That the last two are cool. That guy that you guys were talking to, I think he was from Colorado. The guy who did the outfitting, like for free with the elk and all that.
Oh,
cool.
Ryan?
That would be so fun.
Yeah, Ryan.
Oh,
he was cool.
Yeah,
Colorado sounds real like a fun spot to go.
Yeah.
I want to kill an elk. It's at the top of my list, really.
Heck yeah. Well, I mean, you have a passion for it at a young age, and that's good. And I mean, you're 18 and you're wanting to talk to us about hunting instead of playing Fortnite like all the other kids your age. So, I mean, you're off to a good start.
Yeah. I definitely try to do as much of it as possible throughout the year, whether it's not even really just hunting, just being out there and doing stuff for the hunting season.
That seems to be equally fun to me. I mean, like I bought my first trail cameras last year, and just setting those up and getting pictures and picking out what tree I was going to hunt from and hanging my stand, like that was fun. So I'm excited to get out there and do it. Getting that snow today was kind of.
You guys got snow?
Yeah. Kalamazoo.
Weird.
Yeah, Kalamazoo did. This morning, probably like the first hour and a half of work, it was coming down pretty hard for a minute.
Yeah, I heard upper North Michigan's getting pretty hit. We have a cabin up in Cadillac, so we're going up there tomorrow, actually, for the weekend, since we don't have school Monday.
My wife's family has property up near Cadillac in Marion.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too far. Usually when we go up there, we'll stop at Lake Cadillac and we'll go to the beach and stuff. But yeah, it's cool up there. They have a pretty big piece of land up there. It's fun.
So much public land. I've always wanted to do, like, at the back of our cabin up there. The crazy thing about it is you would think with all this woods and stuff, and there's not too much hunters up there, honestly, that there would be so many deer. But, like, your trophy buck up there is like a 6-pointer. Like, you walk into all these, like, restaurants and stuff, and there's nothing over an 8-pointer. It's all just seems like turkey hunting's a big thing up there.
Yeah, I think it's just because of the climate. It starts getting colder up there.
Yeah.
And the agriculture, the crops don't get as big, and they don't have as much food for as long of a duration as they do down here where we're from.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it just starts going downhill the further north you get from there.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try some sort of hunting up there with all that public land.
I've always wanted to get into the turkey hunting with a bow, but it just every year I say that, and then golf season starts like in the same time frame, and it's like, all right, it's golf season, and it just takes over my life at that point.
Pretty simple, man. You need to give that shit up.
I'm outside. That's fun.
Brett, You go out on the property for one weekend, you sit mornings, I guarantee you'll get one. It is crazy out there during turkey season, dude.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Decoys and
There's
the
a shit
setup
ton of
that my
turkeys out
grandpa's
there.
got, dude. You sit there and you'll have them all running into the decoys within 20 minutes of sunrise. It's awesome. I want
Yeah.
to kill him with my bow, but it's pretty scary. My grandpa, he actually makes his own arrows and broadheads for turkeys, for bows and crossbows. If you
I didn't know that.
He's
Wow.
got a big box of them up in the little cabin.
Oh wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
You should take him up on that, Brett.
Heck yeah, I should, man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think if I don't, so you know what, I might actually just hey, don't tell my wife this, okay? This is our secret. I bought a new Redline torch sight for last hunting season, and don't get me wrong, it's a good sight, but I'm gonna be buying the UV slider sight. Don't tell her that because that's fucking expensive.
That's some change.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna put that Redline torch on this prime bow, and I might just use that as my dedicated turkey bow.
Your turkey bow.
So that's actually, you know what, Braxton, you just gave me a great freaking idea. Thank you for that. I
All right,
fucking
well,
appreciate it.
I'll see you in April.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Wow. I did not see that idea coming around. Wow. But I love it.
I hate how you only get one tag. It's so stupid. Yeah, you can get like up to 3 or 4 in Michigan when it comes to deer, but turkey you can only get 1. I hate it.
Huh. Well,
Got to make it
cover
count.
Michigan. That's one thing that we're going to be bringing up. That's for sure. Well, Braxton, it's your bedtime, and I know it's pretty sure it's Brody's bedtime too. So
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show, man. And
Thank you.
Finally, we're able to get you on. I know we're going to have you on the show.
I'll be back.
Cool, man.
If you ever want to join the show, just send me a text saying, "Hey, can I join the show tonight?" Whatever's going on, you can pop on the show. So don't even worry about that.
Yeah, you're always welcome, man. Yeah, thank you for coming on and chatting with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, best of luck hunting this season, man.
You too.
All right,
I'll see you guys again soon.
Yeah,
sure,
I'll text you about it later, buddy.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
Well, that was an interesting show to wrap up Colorado week.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole concept with the way that we're doing this show, is that everything is improv and we just roll with it. So
yeah,
I mean, it's easier to chat when there's 3 people as opposed to just you and I. So
yeah, after just both you and I just talking, I could see that getting pretty boring. It's like, oh man, listen to these 2 old
for them
talk.
I mean, I don't get bored. I can chat all day, but
I
for the viewers, we might get a little lame, but everybody loves a young kid, and Braxton seems really sharp. He's he's getting into it at the right age, and the coolest thing is seeing that he's picking his career around it. He's trying to think of a career that he wants to do that's related to outdoor stuff, and that's cool to see that he's doing that. So
and then real quick before we go for the night, we were out there hunting one day, and Braxton texted me saying, "Yeah, my brother just got a deer, a 6-point." So I was like, "Oh, sweet!" And it was somewhat earlier in the night. It was like 5-ish. So all right, if you need help, just let me know, because I was on the far south of the property. They were on the north part of the property. So I said, I'm still out here hunting. If you're going to go look for it, all right, cool. I'll just going to be out here finishing my hunt. Anyways, I don't end up seeing anything. I text him saying, "So did you guys find his deer?" They said, "No, we've only been looking for about 20 minutes. So I'm like, that's not a good sign if you've been looking for 20 minutes and you haven't found him yet. All right. So I'm walking up to this point of like right in the middle part of the property. It's hard to describe, but basically.
Oh, I know exactly where it is.
And
Yep.
And I texted him. I was like, so how's it going? Have you guys found him yet? They said, no, we're still looking. It's been longer. We've gone a while. And so I asked him, can you send me a picture of like your location where you're at? Because I knew where he shot the deer because I know the stand he was in. And it was way on the other side of the property. I was like, oh shit. So I went and started helping out. And long story short, we couldn't find it. And I felt so bad for him. I was like,
No
man,
blood or nothing?
No, what we saw, they saw blood up to a good point. But then they started telling me after like about 10 yards back, they were only getting a little drops. I was like, oh man. So I kept asking Brody, I'm like, can you explain how he's positioned and how he shot, where you hit him? It sounded like he was quartered, and I can't remember exactly, but he kind of like hit back lung. So I was like, maybe if you hit guts or you hit part of a lung, and he's going to go a long way. So I felt bad for him because we never found the deer, and I told the neighbors, I called him because I wanted to make sure that it was okay for us to continue tracking on their property. He said, yeah, but just try and stay up on that part of the property. And we never found it. I told him to keep an eye on for it, and they never ended up finding it either. So, but I told him, like, man, that's a learning curve, something to learn, something to move on and grow from it. Don't get yourself down on it. And he did. And because I've told him I've shot deer and it's going to miss and it's going to happen. That's deer hunting, especially with a bow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You can't let it scare you off.
No, you just got to keep falling into it. And me, I was like, man, that just motivates me more. It's like, man, I fucked that shit up. What did I do wrong? And you try to eliminate outside factors, but at the end of the day, it's most likely on you. And so to me, it's a motivating factor. That's for sure. To get better.
Definitely.
Well, it's our last show. Is there anything that you want to say before we call a night and take a couple of days off and get back at it? Next week is Connecticut?
Delaware? Connecticut?
No. Yeah, we're in Connecticut next week.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're traveling far east side of the country, baby.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
I look forward to hearing from them.
Yeah. But any lasting words for the night, Dan, before we go out for the weekend?
Not really, man. Just have a good weekend, and as always, I enjoy chatting about stuff and learning as much as I can. So yeah, it was a good week.
Yeah. And everyone out there, we'd like to again say thanks for watching. Thanks to subscribing. Got a little faster with my words. We really appreciate it. Hope you guys are loving the show. If there's anything that you guys would like us to talk about, like us to improve on, please don't hesitate to let us know, because we're always trying to find ways to improve. But we really appreciate the support, and we just thank you guys. This is your show. We started it, but this is for you guys. This is for you. You want to come on, this is your platform to come on and talk about your stories. So thanks again for being a part of this. And let's take it out and let's all have a good weekend, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to this weekend, though. Get a day out
man.
Monday.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Whitetail Advantage Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you next time.